We are 6% up, guys. Genuine. The quicker you try to get rich from trading is the faster you get broke from trading. That's the funny thing about a lot of people don't want to tell you is that welcome back to another YouTube video of FlareFX, where we make trading very simple. Now in this video, I'll just be going through how the prop firms have been going for me. This is episode 3 because episode 1 didn't record, but nonetheless, the guys who are keeping track, we are 6% up, guys. Genuine chat. This is something that I never thought I would get to now. I was anticipating to get to this point like around, maybe end of this month, June, or like beginning of July. But nonetheless, I'll explain the trades I took, what my strategy has given me in terms of risk to reward and profit potential, right? Obviously, these are the daily, what you call this, the trading objectives. Like I need to get to, where's the most of it? The profit target, right? Minimum $400. I'm on 302, right? So I'm almost there. But the main thing I was very interested to show you, like my analytics, basically, right? It's my detailed stats, right? So the equity now is chilling on 5,302, right? The average loss I trade is like 0.5, so that's total numbers of lots taken in my trading cycle. My worst trade is $57.62 96 cents, my bad, right? So that's the worst trade I take. That's like 1.2%, right? And then my balance is this, of course, it's the same thing. My average R&R is 1:3, so 1:3.04. That's just, being specific. But 1:3, like I said in the last episode, 1:3 is one I really want to go for. I'm very more profitable in like long positions more than so short. Like you can, 20% of my positions have been won and shorts have been lost, right? And then the averaging winning trade is like $95, so it's like relatively 1.8% that I'll be winning in terms of prop firms, or like in terms of my average winning trade on a $5,000 account, right? So now my loss rate is 50%, my win rate is 50%, my gross profit is 478. So mind you guys, I wasn't drawdown, so it's like basically relatively I got a little over 8% and some, so it's like 9. We can say 9.3, right? Mainly because I had to take myself out of drawdown, but it happens, man. It's trading. There is downs before there is ups. So my average losing trade is like $31. You get what I mean? My profit factor is similar to my average R&R, and then my gross loss is 157. So this is the drawdown I was in. I was like relatively along these lines in terms of like my greatest loss, and my best trade is basically twice as that. You know what I mean? 363. Now what I want to show you guys is basically the trades I took, an explanation, right? So you can check over here. It's the same. It just basically tells you open time, but I'll tell you what it means in genuine, right? So now I took 10 trades, and right now I'm 6% up, right? So listen to what I'm saying. This is the pair that I trade, this is the position that I took, and then this is the amount of money I made and or lost, and then this is my lot size that I use, right? So keep up with me. This is the first trade I took, AUD USD. I took a sell, right, and I lost with 0.42 lots on and I think it was a sell. Yes, it was a short, and then I took an L, so that's like a relatively negative 1.2%. And then USD CAD, we took a sell again. This was just to push the what you call this, the daily minimum trading time, right? So with prop firms, they have this thing where they say you need to trade a minimum of 5 days. So I just like, let me open a position, and then just to show that I took a trade on that day, quote unquote, right? Then we took another sell on USD CAD, and then I took an L again. This was a negative $49, relatively like a percent, just below a percent. So I was down 2%, almost like 2.2, relatively around that area. Then I took another Euro UAD buy. This is just to push the minimum trading days once again. Then these are gold. Like I think all of these are buys, gold buys, the ones that I've been seeing and I've been posting like for the last market breakdown, right? So check it out. I took a buy in USD CAD. I'm on gold, right? As you can clearly see, it's like this was 0.1. I made $20 off of that, and then I took another buy, and then with the 0.3, all of these that you see here are just partials, guys. Like all of these are partials that I've been taking as the price was moving all the way to the top. When I show you the trade, you're gonna see how like this makes sense and why I took partials. You get what I mean? So 20, 60, that's 80, 30, that's 110. So that's like 1.1% almost. Oh no, 2% actually up. So I was out of drawdown, but I took an L again, guys, like on gold. This was a miscalculation in terms of the way I was executing, because I saw an order block, but it didn't respect that OB, right? But nonetheless, we win some, we lose some, right? Relative after that, I took another loss. I took a gain, but it's like $1. And then I took this a trade on gold again. This was a 0.2 lot. It pushed all the way to 366. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That's close to 7%, guys. 7% on one trade is very, very crazy, right? But nonetheless, let me show you my my analytics, how my account looked, right? It was from 5k, it dropped all the way to the 27th, it dropped again. Like around the 29th, I was like relatively along these lines in terms of drawdown. And you can clearly see those days I wasn't trading. I saw a nice opportunity, price pushed up. On the 3rd, I was already out of drawdown. On the 4th, I was literally still like, it's relatively the same, but I was out of drawdown, like so to say. And then when the 5th of June hit, I was relatively out of it. You get what I mean? Obviously today it's gonna refresh, but nonetheless it's gonna thingy. But the most of the trades that I've been talking, like symbol by performance, gold is the one that I've been performing nicely on percentage, because it's the one that I've been trading the most, right? Funny thing, I used to suck at gold, right? But now let me just tap into trading view right quick while you guys are still here. Boom, chart. We'll just click chart. And then I just want to explain the gold trade actually. Nice. We just even hopped on the chart. So now on gold, check this out, guys. This is the order block we were looking at, right? And remember those things that I said, the partials, right? So gold did respect our setup and pushed up, right? But immediately once it started retracing, I was like, okay, cool, I'll take a bit of partials, because I knew it was gonna come back eventually. You get what I mean? And when it did that, this is where I executed another trade, right? So like, let me show you. Let me go to, I think it's the 15-minute time frame. Everything's gonna look so nice on the lower time frames, right? In actuality, I was supposed to pass this challenge, but I want to explain a few things that I could have fixed in my psychology as well. But I'm also gonna explain like why I did the certain things that I did, right? Price sold off, right? It respected our order block. It pushed all the way to the top. I took partials along the way, because I remember when I saw this order block, I knew it was gonna respect it or some sort react off of it, right? So I took a bit of partials, and the price retraced all the way to the bottom. It respected this one, and then with this one I risked 2%. I think the main reason why the trade that you see there is 300 is because I risked 2% instead of 1%. Usually if I would have gotten $150 off of that trade, then price pushed all the way to the top, right? Now me highlighting this zone over here, right? If I had closed my position over here, I was gonna pass the challenge today, right? Today's the 5th of June. This is a Wednesday, right? I don't know when I'm gonna post this video, but nonetheless, check it out, guys. For me, like what had happened is I took the trade, right? Relatively around this area, like around 4:30, we got like 4:15, we got tapped in, and then price started doing its thing. And then I went to sleep relatively around like 10, 10:30, like around this time, right? And then I woke up to price relatively, like I woke up around 6. Like, let me put it over here. 6. Here is where I was up, right? And with me around this time, I already saw like I was floating around that amount, like 363. I was like, yeah, that's impressive. You know what I mean? And also psychologically, I knew that, okay, cool, like gold just broke a high, it's probably gonna retrace. And then I kind of asked myself, like, I remember waking up and then having to make that decision, like, okay, cool, am I okay with genuinely holding this thing and letting it come to my take profit? Because even if it doesn't, let's say gold didn't do what it did over here and it came back to my entry, would I be okay with that? Right? Those are the type of questions I asked myself. I was like, okay, cool, let's not be greedy, let's close, because relatively before any trade that we took, we were in drawdown. Now we're up 6%. Let's close this trade, because we're gonna find more better setups, and then let's put ourselves in a situation where we can think with a sound like psychology. You get what I mean? So I closed the trade, right? And immediately when I closed the trade at 6 o'clock, and then later on it pushed up. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I made a wrong decision. 7 o'clock, and then gold just sold, right, until like around 8:15, and then they started consolidating, and obviously TP got hit around like 3 o'clock. And I was at work when this happened, and I saw it, and I got an alert that, okay, cool, like TP has just paid in. But the thing is, with me, it wasn't a situation of I was beating myself up for like 2 minutes, and then I kind of reflected. I was like, okay, as much as it is you up 6%, as much as it is you up 6%, make sure to understand that it's not easy to get to this point where you are out of drawdown just for you to make sure you pass this account by a 1:2 risk to reward ratio is very impressive, and it's those are the things that are like that kind of went through my mind. And it takes time, guys. Like with experience, you kind of know what is this, like when not to hold, and when not to close. You get what I mean? And the thing is, it takes time for you to get to that point with experience, with time. But with a lot of traders that I've noticed, is like they try to rush this process so much, it ends up messing up their bag. The quicker you try to get rich from trading is the faster you get broke from trading. That's the funny thing about a lot of people don't want to tell you, is that you have to take your time with this thing. You have to be patient. And as much as it is, that's something that you might not want to hear from me, but I'm telling you straight up, it's like you gotta put your head down for years and work your butt off until you see the benefits, right? Being consistent, being disciplined, making sure you follow what you need to follow, and making sure that you stay in a very positive mindset. Because with this trading, it's like a performance-based sport. If you're consistently doubting yourself, that's negative feedback all the way to yourself. No confidence, no nothing. It's like basketball, soccer, gym, anything that you do. If it's negative feedback or you're always doubting yourself, trust me, you're not gonna take the trades you need to take. And even if you do, you're gonna close early because it's like, oh my gosh, like I don't believe this is happening. You get what I mean? But nonetheless, guys, this is the 5th of June. I don't know. You see, this week is the NFP week, so it's a Wednesday, Friday. NFP is gonna happen. But nonetheless, I think for me, I'm gonna just take a step back this week. I'm gonna look at the charts next week, see how the markets are moving, see if I can cash. Because I only need a 1:2. Genuine chat. Like, it's the funny thing is that I have to. It's the psychology hits the most, especially when you at the end, when you know that usually you hit 1:3. Now you have to hit a 1:2, or you have to hit a 1:3. Worst case scenario, I don't hit a 1:2 and I take an L, then I have to get a 1:3. Simple, guys. Like, and you saw my average R&R is 1:3, so it's like I have more than enough time. Like, I'm not rushing myself more than anything else. I understand that it's a long process, guys. I want to take you guys through phase 2. I want to take you guys through the withdrawals as well. You get what I mean? And nonetheless, all the payouts, quote unquote. But nonetheless, if you watch till this far, I see you. I appreciate you. Make sure to like, guys. If you like, I know that you like the series. I'm just posting this because my mind is telling me just be consistent. You can't half-heart everything. Pass it. Like, if you pass phase 1, pass phase 2, get the payout, then you can step back. But I know for a lot of you guys are watching. I know the last video got like 30 views. So make sure, guys, to like, comment, share, subscribe, guys. And for me, it just keeps me motivated because I know you guys like this type of content. If you guys don't like it, I'm not gonna post the type of stuff. You get what I mean? But nonetheless, really appreciate the time. Really appreciate the effort. See you in the next episode.